and he is going to make the PvP experience awful. Absolutely awful. And what makes it even more awful is the fact that this boy is just standing there waiting for him.
Sorry to keep you all waiting. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has arrived.
Yosha! So today we are going to break down our boy Ultra Vegito Blue, and let me know your opinion about him in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already to help us hit 20,000 subscribers, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and share the video with your friends. And without any further ado, let's just get started, shall we? So as you can see, Ultra Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito has arrived, fully equipped with the brand new arts action, which is going to make many people break their mobiles. This arts action will activate upon landing the ultimate arts, and tapping the on-screen button the requisite number of times will increase the already impressive damage to new levels and destroy all of your enemies' cards. As if it needed that. Anyways, offensive breakdown. Right from the start of battle, use high firepower and oppressive combos to corner opponents. Awesome. Upon entering the battlefield, seal the enemy's rising rush and even knock their vanishing gauge down to 0 one time. By the way, the sealing is going to always happen. However, the knocking their vanishing gauge down is going to happen only once. Build up the unique gauge every time Vegito uses an arts card. When it's maxed out, draw a strike arts card next. Recover health and ki and nullify the enemy's special cover change for a set amount of time. So this is basically similar to Beast Gohan's unique gauge, which is pretty good because getting this alone is very phenomenal. Defensive breakdown. Has a special cover change against strike arts attacks, so he doesn't have global cover change like Ultra Gogeta Blue. He has only against strikes. It has its benefits in the case that you can always use it, and it has its disadvantages because you don't know whether your opponent is going to use a strike or blast. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of it. Using special arts activate counters against enemy tap actions, strike arts and blast arts. So basically he can counter literally everything except the special move and maybe some offensive green cards like the green card for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, or maybe the green card for Kid Buu. This type of green cards he can't counter. These powerful counters make Vegito an excellent choice for staying on the field and buying time until you are able to switch characters. So they are literally saying Vegito can buy enough time for Gogeta Blue to get all of his buffs ready, and then you can destroy your opponent with him. So this is literally what I am getting from this sentence, like literally. Furthermore, a special feature of this Vegito is that rising rushes are quite easy to fire off. Amazing. At the start of battle, the ability to nullify enemy Dragon Ball reduction effects will keep your Dragon Balls safe and sound. Wow, wow, just wow. Awesome. Plus, when Vegito is hit by an enemy's arts attack, and own health is 50% or lower, you then gain, wow, a Dragon Ball. And that's not all. Gain yet another Dragon Ball upon activating a Rising Rush. Okay, using Rising Rush multiple times will be even easier. It seems like they never ever hear us when we say that the Rising Rush is the worst mechanic in the game, but whatever, I guess. When Rising Rush activates, nullify any disadvantages, elements, as well as enemy endurance effects. Just fire away and don't worry about them at all. No, no, I can't continue with this. I can't continue with this. This is just too much. Just too much. Blessed with high combo potential, powerful offensive and defensive capabilities, and even some unique mechanics, look forward to the God-breaking Ultra Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito. This is just crazy. This sentence alone is just unbelievable. Okay, so the element is going to be red. The tags are obvious. The main ability, Vegito's main ability cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions while also reducing the efficiency of the enemy's sustained damage cut effects. You will also draw the ultimate arts, so start a combo to ensure it lands and deals some serious damage. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate arts card Maximum Impact Rush next. So he is going to have the same ability as the Legends Limited Vegito Blue, where he destroys one of his cards and draws the ultimate immediately. Once again, it has its benefits and it has its disadvantages as well. Restores on health by 30% and ki by 50%. Cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, applies attribute upgrade minus 50% to enemy's sustained damage cut effects to self for 15 timer counts. So you need to use your ultimate during these 15 timer counts, you don't want to keep it any longer. This is actually a pretty phenomenal main ability. The only thing that is missing is just maybe cover change nullification, but other than that, this is a perfect main ability. The Z ability, it is going to be targeting Fusion Warriors, obviously. At 7, there it is. At 14 star, it is going to be basically plus 5% to tag Fusion Warrior. Ultimate damage. Ultimate damage. Oh my god, that is going to be awful. That is going to be so awful. And 42% to Fusion Warrior or tag Future based strike and strike attack and defense during battle. This is so crazy. This alone is going to be so awful. It's going to be so awful. Ultra ability. Even without being the leader, the more Fusion Warrior members you have, the more Vegito's damage and ki recovery speed will increase. So this is just the exact same. You are going to get 30% damage inflicted and 30% ki recovery. And then if you don't have him as a leader, you are going to get 5% for each Fusion Warrior character. Strike. Press opponents without fear of incoming blast attacks using Vegito's blast armor. So he has blast armor, obviously. Inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received for 15 timer counts. 15 timer counts. Oh my goodness. Okay. And they aren't saying that it can't be stacked, so you can just destroy your opponent pretty much. Blast. Ki restoration upon activation makes connecting combos easier. Restores on ki by 5 upon activation. Well, not bad. Special move. A high-powered special move that boosts its own power and even has a 100% chance to cause extreme bleed on hit. Okay. Deals massive slice damage. This is the one that he uses, actually, the Spirit Sword, in case you are wondering why it is slice damage. Plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. Plus 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed on hit. This is absolutely awful. Special. nullifies any unfavorable elements factors upon activation. So for a limited time, fighting against blue characters will be no problemo. Also, it seals the enemy's Rising Rush, so it's very useful in situations where you really don't want your opponent to activate a Rising Rush. Awesome. Awesome, just awesome. Like when your vanishing gauge is empty. On a successful counter, recover key and draw a special move arts card next. Use it to deal massive damage as a follow-up. Look at how long it is. Look at how long it is! The following effects secure upon activation. Restores own health by 15%, nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts, seals enemies Rising Rush for 5 timer counts. Counter will activate upon enemies tap actions, strike arts or blast arts while in fighting pose. The following effects occur when counter activates. So you can actually nullify the unfavorable elements and seals the enemy's Rising Rush without the counter activation, just by using it, and that is crazy. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a special move arts card next, activates only once, restores on key by 50, inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade minus 100% to health restoration for 10 timer counts, which is pretty crazy. And it is comboable with special move or ultimate, which is actually a pretty good addition here. Ultimate. Oh my god. Oh my lord. A high power attack that not only nullifies enemy endurance effects but also damages enemies on standby. This is absolutely stupid. That's not all. A new arts action mechanic will activate on hit, so if you successfully tap enough times you can deal even more damage and destroy all of your enemies' cards. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. Deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0, effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. So for 3 timer counts you are going to have this ability. So maybe you use the ultimate and if they vanish, if you use one strike you are going to be able to actually take advantage of this with the strike as well. But other than that it's just for the ultimate. A portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to enemy members on standby on hit. That is going to be called emotional damage. Activates an arts action on hit. The following effects occur if the bottom is pressed enough times during the time limit. Increased damage, destroys all of your enemies' cards. I can't wait for the next character to have this and have insanely stupidly broken abilities on it. I can't wait for it. It's going to be so stupid, oh my god. Unique ability 1. Lower arts costs from the very start of battle as well as increased draw speed by 2 levels and nullify enemy card destruction effects for a limited time. Also, because Vegito nullifies the enemy's special cover change, this is exactly what he needed, for a time and zeros out of their vanishing gauge upon entering the battlefield, you can break out devastating combos right from the start. Furthermore, there is more to it. Due to nullifying element disadvantages upon receiving an enemy arts attack at 50% health or lower, even blue characters will find it hard to take Vegito out. With the ability to nullify enemy Dragon Ball reduction effects and gain a Dragon Ball when at 50% health or lower, you can easily lay the groundwork for your own Rising Rush. I just don't want to read this. Like, seriously, I don't want to read it. After reading this, I don't want to read this. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 50%, 150% damage inflicted, just flat like that. 150%, let's just give him like this, and then 30% extra as well for strike damage inflicted. So strike damage inflicted is going to be increased by 180%. Just like that. Just like that. Reduces damage received by 70%. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. And it cannot be cancelled, so he is going to just have it permanently. And then another arts card draw speed for 30 timer counts. And if you guys don't know why it is 30 specifically, it is 30 specifically for our boy Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, because if you take a look here at his abilities, applies the following effects to self once 30 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. So Vegito Blue is going to actually work around that first 30 timer counts before our boy here gains the most important buffs he has, and then our boy Gogeta Blue is going to destroy the opponents. So look at these abilities. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, as if he needed any more. Plus 20% to special move damage, so basically that's 50% more to special move damage, plus 20% to ultimate damage, and plus 50% to key recovery. Absolutely stupid. They created Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue just to help each other. This is just the absolute design concept they had actually for Vegito Blue. They designed him so that you would use him with Gogeta Blue, no one else. It's just stupidly obvious. So, continuing on. -5 to arts costs, and it is permanent. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemies, reduce Dragon Ball's effects for 60 timer counts. Once again for 60 timer counts, because our boy here gains even more buffs after 60 timer counts. Then applies buff effect, nullifies enemies destroy card effects for 30 timer counts. He is just immune to everything, The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a strike arts card next. Plus 20% to own key recovery for 15 timer counts. Applies buff effect. Nullifies enemy special action that activate when changing cover to self for 5 timer counts. This is one of the absolutely best abilities you can ever get on entering the battlefield. Because this is usually when your opponent is going to cover change, and this is when you can't fake an attack, so you can't just go basically towards the opponent and try to do the charge step and then fake an attack to basically bait the cover change. You can't do that, and that's why when you gain it on the entrance, it's actually the best ability you can get. And that's why I love Gogeta Blue, the Legends Limited one, because that's when he gains it, and I think, if I am not mistaken, he gains it for 15 timer counts, not 5. Just entering the battlefield and he gains it immediately for 15 timer counts. That's a broken ability. I don't think that they gave it for anyone else for 15 timer counts. I think he is the only character that has it for that long. Seals enemies Rising Rush for 5 timer counts, reduces enemy vanishing gauge to 0%. Also cancels allies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions if there are 3 enemy battle members remaining. Because why not? Why not? The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Restores on ki by 30, which is going to allow you to continue the combo in case they change basically during your combo. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 15% to critical rate for 15 timer counts. That is going to be good in case you are getting hit and you cover change. seals enemies special move arts. That is also very useful in case you are cover changing. The sealed arts cannot be used for 3 timer counts, which is more than enough to save you from the upcoming special move. Unless they have actually cards, enough cards to be able to use them until the seal is over. Applies the following effects to self if own remaining health is 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Restores health by 30%. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 30 timer counts. Increases Dragon Balls by 1. Cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. This boy is just unbelievable. He is really just unbelievable, man, and I love this. I want to see the Ultra character of the anniversary and the Legends Festival as the most broken character of their time. That's what they need to be, and I love this. Gogeta Blue proved that it is like this, and now Vegito Blue proved it again, and I love this. I really love this. Unique ability 2. Vegito has a special cover change against strike arts. Build up the unique gauge when Vegito uses arts, and when it reaches max, it will be consumed to draw a strike. Oh, it will be consumed. So you can actually build it up again and again, just like Beast Gohan. That is going to be very awesome. Restores both health and ki, nullifies special cover change for a time, and more. Go after the enemy once their special cover change are nullified. Furthermore, Rising Rush activation grants you 1 Dragon Ball. Awesome, awesome. So doing multiple Rising Rushes will be easier. Activating Rising Rush also nullifies unfavorable element factors as well as the enemy's endurance effects. It will be your chance to finish them off. Knock enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts attack, and it is comboable with special move arts. Charges on unique gauge every time this character uses an arts card while they are on the battlefield. Once the unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and applies the following effects to self. Draw a strike arts card next, restores health by 10% and ki by 50, plus 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, plus 40% to ki recovery for 15 timer counts, and applies buff effect, nullifies enemies special action that activate when changing cover for 5 timer counts. I mean, it's useful, it's very good, but it's not as good as it should have been. I think 10 timer counts should have been the time here. Anyways, applies the following effects to self when this character activates Rising Rush. Increases Dragon Balls by 1, awesome, and it always happens, by the way, not only once, plus 40% to ki recovery. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts, nullifies enemies restores health. When it reaches 0, effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. Oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord. The following effects occur when this character defeats an enemy. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%, restores ally health by 10%. Oh my god. This guy is absolutely broken. He is absolutely and ridiculously and utterly broken. And that's what I wanted to see from the Anniversary Ultra. That's exactly what I wanted to see. He is actually the Gogeta Blue on the Gogeta Blue's release. He is just easily on his own tier without anybody even coming close to him, and I love this. I am really happy about this. Let me know your opinion about it in the comments section below. This guy is absolutely broken and he is going to make the PvP experience awful. Absolutely awful. And what makes it even more awful is the fact that this boy is just standing there waiting for him. This guy is just standing there waiting. Look at him, he is waiting for him to come and break the meta with him. Oh my lord, this is going to be ugly times but enjoyable times at the same time, because it's Gogeta Blue and Vegito Blue who are going to break the meta, and who doesn't want to see Gogeta Blue and Vegito Blue breaking the meta? So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. And if you got any useful information from this video, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Dragon Ball Legends. And with that being said, see you as always in the next video of Dragon Ball Legends.